Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Observing with Webb on YouTube. I am going almost completely unscripted today. In fact, I just kind of started looking this stuff up 20 minutes ago. So if I blab on a bit, I apologize. But sometimes I find I do the best when I'm just sort of winging it. So you be the judge if I do better or worse without a script. But anyway, so what is going on in the night sky for December? As far as December goes, let's first talk about the planets you can see throughout most of the month, and then we're going to track the moon around its sort of path or its phases and use that as a guidepost. Excuse me. And so, basically, let's just go to December 15th. There we are. And right around sunset, which is about 4:40 is technically sunset, you can see, if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see Venus down here and Mars up here. Now, Venus it's going to be hard to see because it's very low and it's still bright out. And even even after an hour, it's like very low on the horizon. So don't bet on seeing Venus this month. Maybe on the 30th, it'll be a bit higher. So you might be able to see it. And in fact, on the 30th, around sunset, you might be able to catch Mercury. I am really not sure. It's pretty bright, but it's also very close to the sun, so we'll see. But toward the end of the month, you might be able to see Venus and Mercury close together. And looking ahead in January, the beginning of January, they actually get very close together. Looked like less than a degree or two, but that's just looking. So anyway, the main planet to look for, though, around sunset is Mars. And Mars will be in the southwest, and you'll still be able to see it as it gets dark. And Mars will be up there, let's say, until about 7:30. Okay. So Mars will be up there. It'll be a nice red one in the middle of Capricornus, which is kind of hard to find, but you just have to look for that red looking thing out there in the southwest. Now, if we zoom on out and we start to look at the rest of the sky, we see Neptune and Uranus, but I never talk about them because you can't see them with your naked eye. So we got to start looking toward the east to see what's rising up throughout the night. And let's see, throughout the night we've got Orion starts rising, my bow tie constellation right there, Gemini and Cancer. Oh, there's Jupiter. Okay, so right around 10 o'clock, at least at the middle of the month, 10 o'clock, Jupiter will be off in the east. And it'll get higher and higher throughout the night. It's right in between Cancer and Leo. And so by midnight, it's in a very good spot in the east, probably about 30 degrees up. Let's see. Oh, just about 31 degrees. So let me just zoom out and look to the south to show you the track that Jupiter is going to take throughout the night. So around 1 a.m., it's a little bit further, 2 a.m., and it just keeps going higher up into the south. And then it starts getting a little bit lower and more toward the west until, well, about sunrise at 6 a.m., where it's in the southwest. So really, if you want to look for Jupiter, look in this area here in the morning after, what did I say? After 10 o'clock. If you want to find Jupiter, look after 10 o'clock in the east, or earlier in the morning, look toward the south. Sorry about that unexpected phone call. But anyway, so those are really the planets that you can see. Even if you go all the way into the morning, till sunrise, you might be able to catch Saturn over there in the southeast, but you have to have a real good view of the horizon. Binoculars wouldn't hurt either. And what you notice is as the month goes by, Saturn gets a little bit higher in the sky, in the morning sky. Okay, so let's go back to December 1st. Okay, and if we look for December 1st, we are looking at, let's see, where's the moon? Where's the moon? Let's go to sunset on December 1st and see if we find the moon. Oh, there it is. Okay, over in the southeast, east-southeast, and it's basically a gibbous moon, waxing gibbous moon. Not really much going on. Okay, let's zoom out and let's just make like 8 p.m. about. And you'll see the moon up here. Now, the next day, the moon will be going through Pisces. The next day, closer to Cetus. And then 4th and the 5th on the 5th, the moon is right in the middle of Taurus there, which is really neat, although you're not going to be able to see those stars. But it is near the Pleiades as well. And now on the... No, technically... Yeah, we'll go with the 6th. That is the full moon. So it's really, really bright, and it's right above Orion. Bright full moon. And now, if you want to see the moon, you got to stay up a little bit later. Okay. And oh, look, there's Jupiter. So you see the moon and Jupiter on the 6th are far apart. But on the 7th, the moon will be at the foot of Gemini. On the... then it goes to the other foot, and then it goes through Cancer. And then on the 11th, it gets pretty close to Jupiter. I'd say, what, like 7 degrees, 6 degrees? Let's see. 5 degrees. Well, about 6 degrees away. So they'll be close to each other. And now you see the moon is more of a waning gibbous. Okay? You have to stay up later in the night to see it. And it's starting to lose its brightness. So anyway, let's get later in the morning, so like 3 a.m., and let's watch it day by day. 13th, 14th. Ooh, let me pause on the 14th. On the 14th, we have the Geminid meteor shower. This is an annual meteor shower, and it's going to peak on the 14th, although usually the 13th, 14th, and 15th are still good days to look. And really, we're looking at bright meteors. We are expecting up to 80 an hour. And since the moon is, let's see, that's basically last quarter moon. In fact, the 14th is the day of the last quarter moon. So that means you're going to have pretty good skies to look at. Not the best, but pretty good. And yeah, so I'd say go out on the 14th, lie back on a swimming pool floaty or a chair, get off the ground because that sucks the heat away from you. And get out there and just take a look at the entire night sky. In fact, if you look at the entire night sky, you want to look basically more toward the south and toward Gemini, but keep an eye out for the entire sky because these meteors are going to go everywhere. It's just that Gemini is where they appear to be coming from. So they might shoot this way, or this way, or this way. So if you keep an eye toward Gemini, it's usually even best right about, let's say, it looks like 2 a.m. is when Gemini's highest. So that's a good time. And anytime around there is a really good time because it'll be dark. You'll have a lot of sky for them to go through. So, anyway, so Geminid meteor shower on the 14th. It's pretty easy to observe. And the 14th is also the last quarter moon. And, yeah, so let's check out that moon. And what's going to happen is that moon, day to day, is going to get skinnier and skinnier and closer to Virgo and in Virgo and close to Spica. And right on the, oh, see, look, on the 19th, it's a very thin crescent moon that's actually kind of near Saturn. So you might be able to see that if you have a good view of the horizon. And on the 20th, it's even thinner. You won't be able to see that, I'm pretty sure. And in fact, the new moon is on the 22nd. So that means you can't see the moon because it's right by the sun from our perspective. Now let me back up just one day. Sorry, one day. December 21st. That is the December solstice, the winter solstice for those of us in the northern hemisphere. That's when the day is as short as it's going to get. And if we just do a quick look, we've got sunset is 4:42. Sunrise is 7:23. So that's what, an hour and a half after 6. And this is an hour and a half about before 6. So that's about 3 hours less. So we're looking at about 9 hours of daylight and about 15 hours of nighttime, which is good for astronomy. But anyway, let's go back to sunrise over here in the east, and let's zoom back out. Now, because the moon has become a new moon, it's now going to switch to become a sunset object. But we got to wait a couple days. So we've got, let's do sunset on the 21st. You'll see Venus, Mars over there. And let's see, new moon is the 22nd. Oh, check this out. That's what I was going to do. On the 23rd, you'll see the moon. In fact, also on the 22nd, you might be able to catch the moon. That's still pretty small of a moon. But on the 23rd, you might be able to just catch that shaving of a moon and Venus down here. That would be really neat to check out. And then if we zoom out, we watch the moon on the 24th. It gets bigger and thicker, and it's going to be close to Mars on the 24th. And then on Christmas Day, it's a little bit away from Mars, a little bit further away. And then you're going to be able to see it for longer and longer periods of time each night. Then on the 28th, we got the first quarter moon, half moon. The right half is lit. You can see it from now until about, well, let's find out. Forward time, forward time, forward time. About midnight. There you go. And yeah, that's pretty much it for what's going on in December. So check out Mars, check out Jupiter. Those are your best bets. And also, if you're going out at night, I think your best bet, the coolest part is looking for constellations, looking for the winter ones. You've got Orion right in the middle. If you're looking around 11, it's right in the middle. If you're looking around like after sunset, it's kind of this bow tie rising out of the east, okay, over here at 7:30. But what you want to do is, for Orion, take the belt stars, make a line out of the belt stars, and follow that line to the right. If you follow that line to the right, you'll find Taurus. Follow it a little bit more, and you'll find the Pleiades, a cluster of 7 small stars. Well, actually hundreds of stars, but they're, well, I'll let Lane explain that. And then, yeah, so follow them to Taurus, to the Pleiades. You can even make a big circle out of the bright stars, like Rigel, Sirius, Procyon, Pollux and Castor, Capella, and Aldebaran. They make this big hexagon or circle in the winter sky. So take some time and check that out. I think that's where I'm going to stop, because I think I'm probably at 10 or 15 minutes, and I think I have to go teach a class in about 5 minutes. So I wish you very clear, dark skies, especially for that meteor shower on the 14th. And yeah, I wish you very clear, dark skies for December.